Hello, dear student. Today we are going to understand Accountancy Chapter 13 Trial Balance. Trial balance is a statement in which all ledger balances of debit balance and credit balance are totaled, and if the balance of debit is equal to the balance of credit, then the statement is matched and there is no errors. In this chapter, we understand the meaning, format, and the questions regarding the trial balance statement. In this picture, we understand some points related with trial balance. Trial balance is a statement prepared with debit balance and credit balance of ledger's account to test the arithmetical accuracy of the books, that the general is posted into ledger is correct or not. The objective of preparing of trial balance is to ascertain arithmetical accuracy of debit and credit of the ledger books. To prepare the final accounts, yes, ledger accounts are also help to prepare the final accounts to know the profit and loss, the balances and the financial positions. To provide summary of each account is provided by the trial balance. To help in identifying errors, yes, if there is error, that means the total of debit is not matched with total of credit, then there is errors. So trial balance help to identify those errors. The format of trial balance as at any particular date on which trial balance is prepared, because trial balance is prepared on a particular date to check the arithmetical accuracy of the books of accounts. Here you have to mention the head of the accounts or the particulars in which content is recorded with the related with the balance account name. Then there is a column, namely ledger folio. It is a page number of ledger accounts, debit amount and credit amount. Here we see that there is some letters C, L, R, E, A. E, A on debit side, credit side, C, L and R. Clear is a word which is related with the modern approach. C stands for capital, which has credit balance. L stands for liability, which has credit balance. R stands for revenue, which has credit balance. That's why we have to record the capital, liabilities or revenue items on the credit side. Debit balance are related with E, that stands for expenses. A stands for asset. So asset related balance accounts and the expenses related balance accounts are recorded on the debit side. Then we have to do the total of debit and credit. If this is matched, then trial balance is correct. So this is a statement. Now, important points to remember. Closing stocks does not appear in trial balance because it is already included in purchase. Purchase is 4, sale is 1, then at the end we have closing stock of 3. So 3 is also included in purchase, that's why closing stock is not included. Cost of goods sold formula is used in the upcoming concept. Now, all these aspects of trial balance we have to apply with this statement. Here we have one question, that is, prepare the trial balance of Rajesh as on 31st March 2021. So firstly we have to write down that we have to prepare trial balance. Particular date is as date is given 31st March 2021. Particulars head, ledger folio, debit and credit. Then we have to prepare this format. We have to write all these contents in the particular head. According to the nature of clear, that is capital, liabilities, assets, etc., we have to record the balances in debit and on credit side. 1. He has omitted to open a capital account. That means capital account balance is not given in this particular question. We have to find it also. Here it is. Now we understand the following given items one by one. We have to apply one rule over here, that is clear rule according to modern approach. Clear rule is a keyword to understand the modern approach. Clear. A and R. C stands for capital, L stands for liability, E stands for expenses, A stands for assets, and R stands for revenue. E and A, both related transactions. Related transactions will be recorded on debit side, and CLR, transaction related balance, are recorded on credit side. So we will focus on E and A, debit balances, then rest of the things will go to the credit side. As we know the nature of all these accounts in our previous chapters, so it's not as much as difficult. Bank overdraft is a liability. We have to focus on EA. Okay, so it is not included in E and A, so it will go to the credit side. Sales revenue, credit side. Purchase written revenue, credit side. Debtors A, that means debit side. Debtors A, that means debit side. Wages, expenses, that means you have to record also in debit side. A capital is a liability balance, that means you have to record on credit side because it is a liability towards the owner. The amount which is invested by the owner is termed as capital. Purchase expense, debit side. E. Cash in and asset, debit side. Creditors L, that means on the credit side. Sales written, expenses, that means debit side. Equipment asset, debit side. Opening stock asset, debit side. So the total of debit and credit should be matched if we have to prepare the correct trial balance. So in this concept, we have to find the capital balance with the help of the following given debit balance, because we know that debit side is complete, only one balance is left, that is related with credit side. So debit balance is always equal to credit balance, so we give a total balance to the credit side. If we have some balances or every balance is given, that means only capital balance is left, so we can generate a formula like total of credit is equals to balance of credit plus capital. So balance of credit, if we deduct from the total of credit, then we will find the capital. Like we have to add all these points and deducted from 12,91,250, then we will get 1,58,750. So we got the capital account balance. So this is a statement. As you can see that total of debit is always matched to the total of credit, that means your trial balance is correct.